Yeah, hey there people! So guess what? I actually wanted to make a review a couple of weeks ago and actually started working on one, but I ran into a real problem. My Skyrim started crashing every time I tried to go outside, on every exterior cell really. And I had this problem before a couple of times, but I was usually able to fix it by simply restarting my PC. I know it doesn't make much sense, but it worked. But not this time. I spent the whole day looking for a solution, but just couldn't find anything. Because I have not really changed anything about my game or load order or whatever. And it was really weird too. Around every 10 tries or so it did successfully load, but then started crashing again. Well, you know how it is. I started modding my game all the way back in 2012, when there was no such thing as mod organizer or mod manager. Back then we were just dumping mods into the data folder without really knowing what to overwrite and what not. And considering the hundreds of mods that went through the game in all those years, it wouldn't be a surprise if there remain some files from some mods buried somewhere deep and causing conflicts and all this. So I thought, this is it. Looks like it's inevitable now. Time for a clean install. And you all know what it means to get Skyrim up and running from scratch. How much time it takes. Hundreds of mods and compatibility patches and whatnot. But here we are now. My mod list is almost the same as it was back then, only slight changes. And of course it's much more clean. And yes, it's still the same save. I cleaned it with Save Game Cleaner of course. The ENB I chose this time is Kwanon ENB by HLA. It's fairly new, it was released in July 2017. And yes, it's not as hardcore as Snapdragon obviously. Snapdragon is more for screen archery really. I had only 30 to 40 FPS with it, and with Kwanon I have stable 60 everywhere. What I really like about this one is it's really bright and clear. This should make it perfect for YouTube. I didn't want to get one of those dark, cinematic, wannabe realistic ENBs. I know many YouTubers use this kind of stuff, but I mean come on. If it's so dark you can barely see what's going on, even during the day, it's just cheap. Yeah, and then lots of hardcore depth of fields blur. It's like hiding the graphics instead of improving them, am I right? Wink wink, Cinetard and Ho Dicton, and whoever else. Also, it's fully compatible with enhanced lights and effects, and I simply love this one. I have no weather mods yet. Maybe I'll get Vivid Weathers later, because it's also compatible with this one. Okay, I wasn't able to get rid of the fucking Z fighting on the mountains again, that's really annoying. And also the fading faraway grass. I mean, I know there is no such thing as grass LOD, but maybe someone knows of a ground LOD texture which goes really well with Unbelievable Grass 2 Redux. If so, let me know. I'm open for suggestions. But all this is not very important. The important thing is mods. Lots of mods. Remember how I said the community becomes quieter and quieter? Well, I was wrong. Because recently a real shitload of good mods has been released. So let's do this. But let's not forget about the intro. Okay, as I said, there are really lots of good new mods. So many that I will have to release a separate episode later for weapons and armors, and also one for new creature mods. And in this one it will be pretty much everything else. Yeah, I have no idea when exactly I'm going to do all this, but so anyway, rocks. Metamorphic Rocks, also by HLA by the way. Yeah, how many mountain mods are there? And modders still strive for perfection. I mean, at this point it's more about taste, I guess. Because you know, at that point there's just a limit of how photorealistic something can get. The same exact thing happened to art actually too. At some point the art is just starting with abstract art. This is also why modern art can be so fucked up. The artists just keep trying to come up with new ideas and styles, something to shock and impress. Generally to give the brain of the beholder a jump-start spark. But I think we are getting a little sidetracked here. This is definitely the influence of my new job. So anyway, rocks, yeah. Decide for yourself if you like the look of that one. Oh shit, there's also one of those too. Photogrammetry Rocks by JD. Yeah, I don't know where this obsession with the rocks come from all of a sudden. Metamorphic Rocks, Photogrammetry Rocks. So what is going to be next? Dwayne Johnson rocks! But seriously, what photogrammetry is, I already explained in episode 48, so this mod is not a simple texture replacer. Those actually separates models of real rocks, digitalized into the game, to replace the rocks in the game one by one. As you can see, it's very easy to tell the difference between modded vanilla rocks and those photogrammetry rocks, even if it's by the yellowish color alone. So yes, of course they look incredibly real, but this photogrammetry stuff comes with a high price. I downloaded the 4K version, of course, and the file was almost 600 MB big, compressed of course. So yeah, as I said back then, it would be cool to replace all the models in the game like this, but it would certainly be performance costly. We would probably need NASA computers to run this. Alright, the next mod is a little bit complicated. Gist, Genuinely Intelligent Soul Trap by Opus Glass. This one is all about making the whole soul trapping mechanics more practical. There are similar mods around, but this one seems to top everything because it has so many features. Let's see, the first feature is displacement. Let's say you have one big soul gem and get a small soul into one, but later you acquire a big soul. So the big soul will actually replace the small one in this gem. The next feature is relocation. Let's say you have a big gem with a small soul in it again, and also an empty small soul gem. So if you should capture a big soul, it will go into the big soul gem, while the small one will be relocated into the small one. The next feature is shrinking. So this time we have a greater soul gem with a lesser soul, and also an empty lesser gem, but we managed to capture a grand soul. So the lesser soul goes to the lesser gem as in the previous example, but the grand one is shrinked to the size of a greater soul, so it can fit into the greater soul gem. Then there's also the leveling feature, which allows your soul trapping abilities to be scaled with your conjuration or enchanting skill. All those features can be configured in an MCM menu, of course. Yes, this mod is without a question very practical. But is it ethically correct? Are soul gems mere containers and souls mere objects with which we can twinkle around as we please, tearing them apart just to conveniently get another battery for our weapons and armors? And now excuse me while I slaughter everything moving for EXP. Okay, I have to warn you, the next mod is based on something truly foul. Yes, you will probably feel some deep disgust. Milk, many immersive loot boxes and keys by Caruso. What is this? A suspicious chest appeared in Bellator's store. Let's see what this is all about. So, it wants to sell me golden keys for only 300 gold each. Well, I don't know, people. Somehow I have a really bad feeling about this. Let's see. Ah! Nah, I'm just kidding. Fortunately, that did not happen. But this is really what this mod feels like. So, I got this golden key, and I can use it to open the box to get... some random crap. Yeah, this is pretty much what I expected. This mod is definitely inspired by those abominable microtransactions, best known from MMOs and shitty phone games. Heck, nowadays you even see them in single-player games. I mean, seriously, what the fuck? Back in the day we would look for cheats or download a trainer, and nowadays they offer us to legitimately buy stuff. So anyway, we can also buy loot boxes for 300 gold each from Bellator directly. Pretty much the same, except you open them from your inventory. This time I got bone mold armor, but it's still not Blade of Ultimate Godslaying plus 10. I think I should buy 20 more boxes. But jokes aside, those boxes have no physics when you drop them from your inventory, so Jacksons. And yeah, what can I say? It's ironic that a mod based on something so despicable can be quite fun actually. Just don't get addicted and burn all your money here, folks. No matter how long and cold the night, in the morning there will be light. Or you could use Everlight Torches of Skyrim by Unreal. This mod adds a bunch of really cool looking new torches. All those torches will burn forever, and each has its own unique animation, light color and sound. Some of them refuse to show the effects in dropped form, even though I have the lit torches part of equipping overhaul enabled. Maybe there's actually the conflict with that, but fortunately they all worked properly in equipped form. There's also the same amount of unenchanted mazes with the same visuals, minus the light source part, also included in this mod. And the torches, by the way, are not only there to look pretty, each one has a unique effect to make up for the fact that you are using one of the hands to hold it, and are only able to use one-handed weapons and spells while at it. The Everlight of Cold Fire, for example, will summon a blue flame Matronarch from Cold Harbor, I assume, to your side, as long as you hold it. There's also a separate summon spell book for that unique flame Matronarch, in case you want to use it without the torch. The Everlight of Embers will automatically give you the flame cloak effect for the duration of combat. The Everlight of Venom will summon Venom, just kidding. It has a 30% chance to paralyze the target for 1 second. The Everlight of Talos makes one-handed attacks 50% stronger, and so on. So, in other words, those torches are really well suited for combat too. It is a great mod and very fitting if you want to play a badass mage character or something similar. Next we have a real highlight, a new mod by the man, the legend, Sion. Let's see what kind of ingenious creation we have been blessed with this time. SUPERSAFE DWARVEN rocket boots. Wow, sounds really awesome. This is supposed to be the hot new way of travel. Now let's see how it works. We get this new blast of power with which we can fly to the target's location. Let's see. Wow, oh my god, what's happening? What the hell is this? That is not how I imagined it. Why won't it stop? Help! Get me the fuck down! Oh no, not like this. Fuck, shit, my spine! Yeah, this mod was released on the 1st of April. The author said it's totally not an April Fool's joke, but I don't know guys. Rocket-powered boots? That's kinda crazy. I think I stick to rocket-powered snails. Come on Turbo, let's go for a ride. Yeehaw! Yeah, that definitely makes more sense. And here comes another highlight. What is more suited to be shown last than an epic new quest mod? Project Aho! Well, it's probably AHO, because Aho actually means idiot in Japanese. Also, it's by Haim Projects, and so far we have been seeing only quality work from those people. Let's see how this one turned out. As you enter the game, a message will pop up and ask you if you are ready, and shortly after accepting that, you will run into this guy.
I am Yargal Groshak, a member of an ancient Orcish cult by the name of Orsinium Virum.
You know, the usual shit, another settlement needs our help. But pretty soon you will see the very reason why your parents always taught you not to talk to strangers.
Wake up, you scum! You're as obedient as a dog with these amulets around your necks. Pray that you aren't sold to a local. Every Enwa in Sadrav Kegran has their tongue cut out, lest they ask one too many questions.
Yep, and not the best start of a day. The place you end up is... Wait a second, just take a look at this place. It's like a completely new game. An epic cutscene unfolds, similar to the vanilla start of the base game actually. And you instantly realize just how much this mod is worth.
800 septims.
Oh come on, definitely more than that. But that aside, you probably already get the picture. You have been sold into slavery, and Prince Vegeta here is your new master. You end up in an underground city called Sadris Kegran, and here nobody gives a fuck whether you are the Dragonborn or whatever. Now you are just a slave, and if you want your freedom back, you have to earn it. This is pretty much the same what happened to Thor in Ragnarok, and you know what's ironic? I was wearing Thor's Ragnarok outfit when it happened to me. But anyway, this is actually already it. I could very well end the review here, because you know, when I read the description on the mod page and saw them claim this is a DLC size mod which has the similar quality as the original DLCs by Bethesda, I thought, Okay, this is Hey Projects. They have been really professional until now. It could actually be true. And now look at what we get. Fully voiced with professional voice acting. The NPCs also have lots of immersive dialogue. Over 48,000 words in total. Yeah, they're all the amount of words instead of dialogue lines to make it sound more impressive. But still, that's a lot. Intriguing storyline. I have not played far at all, but I bet this is just the beginning of a truly epic and grand quest line. Jaw-dropping new locations. I could literally go everywhere and start filming. Every cell looked simply beautiful. What else is there to say? This mod is without a question a very strong candidate for greatest of all time. And this is it for this episode. Keep an eye out for the special new creatures and new weapons and armor episodes coming soon. Don't forget, if you want to see more videos, support my channel. Links to all mods are as always in the description below. Don't forget to unearth the mods you like. And if you think this review was cool, hit the like button and subscribe for more. I thank you all for watching, and see you around.